Hello and welcome to Talkin' Baseball. It's the Monday episode. We're going to recap the weekend that was Major League Baseball, and we will have fun. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. Hello and welcome to Talkin' Baseball, presented by SeatGeek. My name is Jimmy. Sitting next to me is Jake, Trevor Plouffe in California, and behind the desk we have producer Bug Dude. And we're going to have a fantastic show for you today here on Talkin' Baseball. As I said, we'll be recapping the weekend that was. There was a lot of rain, but in other places, baseball was played. Some good pitching performances and some other teams that stink. Officially, it's not April anymore. It's May. Red Sox stink. So bad that I feel bad for them and their fans. They asked us to kindly not talk about them today, and I think that's fair. You know more than your teams than we do. You watched your team play more than I watched them play. Don't get mad. Be helpful about it if we are in the wrong, you know? Saw someone comment one day like, be honest, how many full Mariners games have you guys watched this year? I'm going to be so honest. 0. If you're saying full, like all 9 innings, 0. I do tune into the Mariners because they're fun, but I just,
That's so silly to ask us.
If I'm not, some Sunday night baseballs I've watched full games and Yankees full games, but I'm always flipping if I'm flipping. It's not a full game. Anyway, Jake, how are you?
Good afternoon, everybody! What's going on? It's me, the mini Mad Dog. We're back in the lab. Trevor Plouffe, 8-time Major League Baseball season player. I've watched 100% of every Seattle Mariners game this year.
Liar, said the liar.
They've been great, except when we've lost. Every game we've lost, we've lost. So I'm doing well. Nice weekend. And fellas, kind of interesting. It's really the 1-month checkpoint. Like we're so used to being baseball people, and you're like, well, you know, May 1 pretty much is the first month of baseball. But we got the late start this year. So we kind of hit the 1-month point, and it's interesting to look at who really had a good first month, who had a bad first month, whose first month basically doesn't matter because baseball doesn't exist. Shout out to the White Sox, who got 1 game over 500 after having a quote-unquote bad start. So we're excited. Trevor talking about my Plouffe juice. Lord, I need to let it loose. Trev?
Was that a segue into me?
Yeah. You told me you wanted me to sing Pimp Juice, but change it to Plouffe Juice to introduce you from now on.
I'm sick of baseball. I'm
Okay.
sick of baseball.
Fair.
Just say it right now. I coached so much baseball last week that I got sick of it. I'm just kidding. Of course, I'm not sick of baseball. I'm on a show, the best show ever invented, called Talkin' Baseball, and that's what we're going to do today. Mondays, I always say this, they're my favorite episode because, you know, yeah, we watch the games. Somehow weekend series are always better than weekday series. And then we get to, you know, the rumblings of what Jake did this weekend. He's always doing something, going to some electric show with Dua Lipa's there and they're dancing and all this stuff. So I like to hear about it. But I got some takes here.
Jess went to Jazz Fest in New Orleans, and she had a blast. I told her I couldn't go due to work. But, yeah, Jimmy Buffett.
You guys are about to be one, so I just count you guys as the same person.
Thank you. Where I've been trying to become one with her. But
She's just way hotter than you.
Yes.
Way hotter than you.
Little bit a side boob. That's good. Your snakes are playing well. My snakes are playing well. Life's good.
Hey, we'll talk about that later in the show, bro. Don't be bringing my snakes into this. We play for rings in the valley.
Jim, what were you saying?
I just enjoying you guys. Nothing to add.
Happy Mother's Day. How did the Mother's Day contest go for you guys? You said you were going to rank all the mothers in your family this weekend?
Yeah. Hearts were broken.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, there was a lot of unanimous results.
Yeah.
And that stung worse for certain moms in my party.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, okay, welcome to the Mother's Day brunch. Here is a piece of paper. It has all the moms that are attending today.
You're ranked
Everyone
6th.
can rank them in terms of being a good mom or a bad mom. And we will announce the results after dessert. Tears. Just tears.
Happy Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day to all the moms.
I'm my mom's third favorite child, so
Top 3. Podium.
top 3. Yeah, she has 3 kids.
That you know about.
It's true.
My mom's good one was always the, well, you're my favorite boy and Renee's my favorite girl. So, Ma, that's BS. You know Renee's been mean since she's been a teenager. And now she's really nice again. She had the baby. She's really happy. I kind of suck at this point. Speaking of, shave your downstairs with Manscaped.
Do it for the moms.
Attention, listeners. Are you ready to be blown away? Trevor Plouffe is going to show up at one lucky customer's house in the greater Western United States area. That's not true. But what is true is they just launched their Ultra Smooth package, a.k.a. the Trev. It is back, the Lawnmower 4.0. Keep your boys smooth while also looking and feeling their best. It's a specialized groin shaving kit. Here to help you buff, protect, and shave your most sensitive areas. Take care of your downstairs, fellas. Only at Manscaped. And 20% off and free shipping if you use code Talkin. Lawnmower 4.0, the crop exfoliator, the crop gel. Then you shave down there, and you are going to have an ultra smooth package. You will get 20% off and free shipping with code Talkin at manscaped.com. 20% off, free shipping, code Talkin, manscaped.com. Take care of yourself down there. Trevor Plouffe, your hands raised, and you have the Interleague today, and it's one series, so that probably has you happy too.
I'm just so jazzed on it. But look, moms can manscape too. That's what I wanted to say. This is not just sons manscaping for their mom. Moms can manscape too.
My dad caught his aunt trimming with a scissor once when he was a kid, so it scarred him for life. Probably doesn't want me to repeat that on air.
He did what?
Huh?
Thanks, Manscaped.
Scissors?
Dicing herself up.
Holy shit.
It was 1971, Trev. What do you want?
Times were different.
They had electricity back then.
Not where my dad grew up.
Barely.
Yeah.
A lot of cocaine.
All right.
All right.
Hoorah.
Let's do the stuff where we talk about all the games that
Jimmy,
happened.
you're batting leadoff today.
Yeah, I never put the timer up. So if you have the timer,
Want it?
like you have the YouTube up, and then you tell us
We're
where we're at, and then I do the mental math on it.
7:30 in.
7 minutes in, huh?
Yeah. Start talking. Start talking about that National League, Jim.
Let's start talking about that National
Let us know
League.
what happened.
Here's what. Oh man. Here's what. Oh man.
Oh.
Here's what happened in the National League. The Mets went to Philadelphia and stole their hearts by scoring 7 runs. Or 8 runs, whatever. They had a giant comeback in Game 1. Game 2 got postponed. The Mets took 2 out of 3 in Philly. The Mets are the first team to 20 wins in all of baseball. They're rocking and rolling. Nola pitched good for the Phillies. Bassett pitched good for the Mets. Gibson pitched good for the Phillies. Scherzer pitched good for the Mets. Harper, homers. Alonso, 2 homers in Game 3. Mets are rolling. The Brewers and the Braves matched up for 3 games, and I got good news for you, Jake. The Braves won the series.
They go.
You like the Brewers more, but we were hoping the Braves would start winning series, and they did it against Burns and Ashby. They won games 2 and 3. Ashby's first kind of dud of a start, so that's good. He got it underway. He can move up and above now. Fried and Burns with a nice pitcher's duel in Game 2. Acuna homers again, and he did LeBron's dance after the homer. How about that? Kutch tested positive for COVID and then couldn't watch his own team play due to MLB blackouts. Uh-oh! The Cardinals and the Giants hung out for 4 games. The Cardinals won the first 2, 7-1, then 3-2. The Giants won the next 2, so they split. Biggest thing to me is Webb gave up 4 earned runs, and I think that's 2 kind of lackluster starts for Webb on this young season. Come on, Webby. Yastrzemski hit a go-ahead home run in the 6th. Wade Jr., first home run of the season in the 2nd. Giants had to use a lot of pitchers in Game 1, and maybe that set the tone. Another sweep. Dodgers do the sweeping. That separates them and the Giants even more. The Dodgers starting pitchers, Kershaw, Anderson, Buehler. Holy smokes. 1.42 ERA amongst the 3 of them. Kershaw, 7 shutout innings. Anderson, 5 innings pitched, 2 earned runs. And Buehler ends at 7 innings pitched, 1 earned run. Dodgers roll through the Cubbies. Contreras grabbed Muncy's junk on national TV. Damn. Padres took 3 out of 4 from the Marlins, won the first 2, then lost the middle one 8-0 against Pablo Lopez. So if you're going to lose one, do it against a pedal winner. You know, he's on his way to get collected daisy. He hopes. Padres.
Yeah.
Good job. Happy for him. The Reds win a series. All it took was playing another bad team. So good job. The Reds beat the Pirates. They took 2 out of 3. They win the first one 9-2, lose the second 8-5, win the third 7-3. Mali pitched. Same with Keller. What's this note? Dory Moretta, 0.1 innings pitched, 2 earned runs as opener. Philip Deal, 0.2 innings pitched, 2 earned runs after him. That's a rough way to start a game. How about that? Dodgers took 2 out of 3 from the Rockies. Battle of Jake versus Kelsey, and Jake wins. Their starting pitchers went nuts. Varsho hit a go-ahead home run in the 8th. Freight Train 2-run homer after him. How about that? Good job by them. That's the end of it. That's the end of it. That's the end of it. Stop the music. Cut the music. Cut the music.
Great job, James. Where are we dropping, boys?
Well, the Mets are in first place in the NL East, first place in the NL, and first place in... no, they're not really in first place in MLB, but they're the first to 20 wins. So congrats to the New York Metropolitans. The Brewers lead the Central Division. They are 19-10. And the Dodgers lead the West, 19 wins. Tied with the Padres, who also have 19 wins, but they only have 7 losses, so they are there. Where do you want to start, Jake? Anything scream your name?
You know what? Let's. I'm gonna go up the sheet. Starts with Pirates Reds. That whole thing. Poopgate. The truck.
Is the truck removed? The chat is saying the truck got removed. Is this true? Big news.
I didn't think so, but if we're so scared of
it's Poopgate.
Poopgate, Reds continue to steal the headlines. I did not see that. I'm not sure if the chat's yanking our chain on that. Good for the Reds. Also, Luis Castillo's coming back for them. He's a really good baseball player. And I think Votto and someone else are coming off the IL. So hopefully the Reds can play a brand of baseball that's better for the good people of Cincinnati, but yikes. And Pirates, they've been hovering around 500. You wonder if that drives a stake through their heart. I misread the sheet because I knew where we ended, and I want to talk about Kelsey's Rocks versus my Snakes because we're playing for rings in the desert.
Yeah.
The boys are playing a good brand of baseball, fellas. They had the sweep lined up. The one game they lost, they were up 1-0 on Jake Snake Saturday, and Mark Melanson said, I fucking hate you, Jake.
Mm-hmm.
Had 2 outs.
The skies opened up, and God said, I hate you, Mark Melanson.
No, I don't hate Mark Melanson. He hates me.
God hates Mark Melanson.
Yes.
No.
In the version of I said.
God and Mark Melanson are fine. My Snakes are pitching above 500. NL West.
I think we're going to hear more about their pitching later on, but go Snakes. They have been pitching. Snakes be pitching.
Snakes.
And Rockies be hitting. So it was a good series to go head to head. Congratulations to the Snakes for taking the 2 out of 3. Yeah, man. They called up Alec Thomas. That was the name I was thinking of. I couldn't remember the name. Big prospect for the Snakes. So they're all in right now. He got a base hit in front of his parents. Was it a double? Yeah, it was a double in his debut. We always love to see those videos. So fun, man. So fun.
Good note from BBD earlier on Wake and Jake. There have been 2 Alex in MLB history, and they're both playing right now, Manoah and Thomas.
Oh,
You're a
no.
name
Don't
guy.
do it, Jake. Please don't. Or Jimmy, don't.
Nothing.
I remain silent.
Nothing to be.
Not a
looked
name
up there.
pod. It's not a name pod.
I don't like that name.
It's been called a name.
I don't like that
It's
name.
been called a name
and that's
pod
as
before.
much as I'll say about it.
But I think most importantly, vibes. We like vibes, and man, good vibes with the Snakes. They're winning a lot. They're winning some games. They're calling up big prospects. Like, that NL West might still be tough for us this year, but at least we're passing a vibe check for over a month now.
They hit a bunch, and they only had 2 home runs.
Hit a
So
bunch.
just team baseball, Trev. That's what Torrey does. Team
Torrey
baseball.
Lavella. Good for him.
You guys
Yeah,
should
look,
talk to him because you don't have team baseball on your Diamondbacks, right? Just 2 hot shots running the whole damn show.
Oh, it's team baseball.
Okay, cool.
And mainly we just have the best coach in the league. So that's
Okay.
mainly what it is.
All right.
Everyone knows that's the managers do everything. I want to go back to the Pirates-Reds real quick because this is always a funny thing that we have to mention. I'm sure some people saw it, but we had a position player that's not a catcher have to catch. My boy, Nappy Boy, gets tossed in the dugout for arguing balls and strikes, and then their other catcher gets hurt. So typically you carry 2 catchers, and you designate someone as the emergency catcher. Well, that happened to be Josh. What's his name?
VanMeter.
Van
Funky
Meter.
meters.
VanMeter.
VanMeter's the home of that
What?
pitcher.
Bob Feller.
Bob Feller, yeah.
Got
Yeah, Van Meter, Iowa. Jake and I took a picture.
to be a
there.
scary time for him. Put the gear on. It's not your gear. Promise you that. Somebody else's gear, not going to fit correctly. But that's something you got to point out there because that does not happen very often. I did catch a bullpen during a big league game one time, and it was the most embarrassing moment of my baseball career. I ran at Comerica Park across the field during the game in Joe Mauer's catching equipment, which Joe Mauer's 6'5". I'm not. Pretty embarrassing.
I caught a bullpen in Arizona. It was a nightmare.
Yeah.
Yeah, I almost killed you.
Yeah. No pads.
Or hurt you. Yeah.
No pads.
No pads.
And you're
Across
on
a pool.
Across a pool.
Couldn't see
Yeah.
shit.
It was dark. It was nighttime
It wasn't nighttime. It was the day.
in your brain.
Oh.
Padres take 3 of 4, and we didn't discuss them on Friday, and people were pissed.
What do you mean we didn't discuss them on Friday?
We skipped over them. It was them and the Guardians. We barely said anything. People get
My
fired up, so we gotta
Sweep
talk.
week.
Let me tell the people something.
Sweep week.
I am trying to get us back to the old format where we don't talk about every team. We do the rundown, and we just talk about the big topics, like it would have been Bumgarner and the others. Jake is fighting for all you guys to talk about every team. So, and Trev is half and half. So,
Yes.
God.
But the Padres, in their defense, I mean, they're one of the better teams in baseball this year. So, like, we got to give them their shine.
But
I think
sure, but
that's
there's
important.
30 teams.
Oh, yeah.
There's 32 hockey teams. You guys know that?
They expanded recently,
Googled
right?
that the other day.
Because
and got it wrong,
the Knights.
right?
I have to think about that every time I
Kraken.
say there's 30 baseball teams. I'm like, is there 32 though?
It's gonna be soon. My fathers, they pitch every damn day. I think it was Bassett or Scherzer that had the quote the other day they were talking about the Mets' success, and he's like, well, every day we've got a dude going on the mound and giving us a shot. Padres, they got the same thing going on, man. And shout out to Manny Machado, who'd be the NL MVP if the season stopped today. They've been without Tatis. And yeah, man, I mean, they take care of the fish, who we've been, decently high on. And they're, if the Padres were under 500, we'd just say, well, tough division. Tatis is hurt, and we'd shrug our shoulders. They're off to a great start. Good for them.
And they were very close to splitting the series, right? They won yesterday on a walk-off.
Mother's Day
2 out.
walk-off.
Jorge Alfaro walk-off
The
bomb.
celebration was by the team that DFA'd him. So it was just a little bit of
Yes.
like, hey, F you losers.
I know Jorge. He definitely has pop. I played with him in Philly. Wasn't a hot boy back then, but things have changed. He has the blonde hair now. There was some shirt being taken off. We saw like the exposed chest a little bit,
Yeah.
looked pretty good. So got to give a shout out to Jorge doing it on and off the field, it seems like.
Full caveman. And his mom told him he'd homer in the game. So happy Mother's Day.
Moms are the best.
Love moms.
Why do moms always think you're so good at stuff, even though you're not?
Because it's their job to build you up as a confident human being.
They just dream. Yeah, it's kind of a
And
lie.
then dads just bring you down.
Wow. Oh, shit.
Heavy.
Oh, my goodness.
Heavy. A-Rod's nephew homers. I don't think we're going to talk about that again later, but what a moment. What a sound clip.
Did you hear that, Trev? Did you hear that sound?
I did. I have no problem with it. He's excited.
I mean, I don't have a problem with it. I just find it funny because no one said that phrase ever.
I've heard that before.
You've heard you got to be shitting me. You've never heard.
I feel like I've heard you got to be horse shitting before. Maybe not.
He really hits it, which makes it beautiful.
You got to be horse shitting me.
I feel like I've heard that from like people that are 80 years old.
Maybe.
Who are you hanging out with?
Maybe.
We live in a simulation, guys. Someone just typed it in wrong. It's not that big of a deal.
Dodgers sweep the Cubs, and then the Giants get swept, and the Padres win 3. That's kind of like the bigger picture in the West. Like, bad weekend for the Giants to lose 3 when you have the Dodgers and the
Giants
Padres.
split.
Oh, the Giants split.
But yeah, the West is just diesel now. The Dodgers, what do you really say? Like
Giants split, but they lost that game where Webb pitched
right.
bad,
So it feels like two
feels
losses.
like a loss, yeah.
Dodgers are the Dodgers. They haven't even fully clicked on offense, and they have 19 wins and look unstoppable again. Cubs, we'll circle back on that story in a minute because they were kind of a teeter-totter team this year, and they're tottering the wrong way hard. Yeah, but the NL West, man, is going to be – it's going to be another bloodbath, and it's just going to be survival. And not even survival. Like 2 out of 3, sometimes you're going to have a bad weekend in the NL West.
I don't think it's going to be a bloodbath. I think the Dodgers are going to run away with this thing. I think the Padres are going to have an excellent season. I believe the Giants are still going to be there too, but the Dodgers are so damn good. And like you said, they really haven't even got it clicking. Their pitching's been outstanding. There's going to be a time, and I don't know how many times this has happened, like through June. There's going to be a time where there's 9 players on the Dodgers, 9 offensive players that are going to have an OPS plus over 100. Like that'll happen. And I don't know like how many times that's ever happened that like in the middle of June.
I mean, they're almost at 7.
And like the ones that haven't done it are like Justin Turner, who's like struggling mightily.
Max Muncy.
Yeah,
Justin
like,
Turner's struggling. Holy shit.
Yeah. So
come on, JT.
They're going to figure some things out. And like I said, they're going to have 9 dudes with OPS pluses over 100. And probably some on the bench too. Like they're just a different type of team. They really are.
They're good. The Cardinals, they take 2 from the Giants, and the Brewers lost, but the Brewers remain in first place. The Cubs with that sweep, the Central is quickly becoming a 2-team race.
Jim, you know I don't like throwing out dead. I believe in hope and optimism in sports. The Cubs.
Wow, we're going dead already?
Look at them. I mean, go check out Cubs Twitter for a little bit. Times are bad. And it's not like you put yourself in a hole. Like you look at the standings and you're like, okay, a team with a good week, if you put up a 5-2, there's still a lot of teams out there that just rights the ship. The Mariners, they're 13-16. A little 5-2 week, they're back at 500. You say, okay. I mean, the Cubs, dude, they've dug a hole. They're almost 10 games under 500. Like, you got to start playing a really good brand of baseball, and I don't know. Like, it's full-blown panic button in Wrigley.
Well, I also think that I agree with you, but to maybe get Trev more understanding where we're coming from, they're competing for they're not going to win the division. They're not going to beat both the Brewers and the Cardinals, Cubs. And then to get the wild card, I don't know if the Central's going to have 2 wild cards because you got the West that's going to have 3. And the East, that probably end of the day is going to have 3, legit contenders for the wild card spots. So the Central's looking like a 2-team race. Now, I do believe that the Brewers and Cardinals one of those can get a wild card spot. So I don't know. I think right now, Central's looking like a 2-team race.
Maybe like I'm thinking about it like, I know it's inevitable that this is going to be heavy right here.
Okay.
You're going to have to I've done this before. You're going to have to put a dog down, but the last like week or so, you just want to You feed it whatever it wants. You play with it as much as it wants because you know it's coming. Maybe that's what I'm doing right now with the Cubs.
Oh my God.
I'm gonna do that's bad.
Fuck, man.
I'm gonna do a live reaction right now. I have not checked out Schwindel's and Patty Wisdom's stats.
Okay, go check them out.
All right, go look at that.
I'm gonna do it. I'm doing a live reaction right now.
Live
These are hot on the streets. These vids. Okay, our guy, Courage Dunlop does them. I want to meet that guy.
You'd like him. Nice guy.
Him.
All right, here we go. Ready?
Yeah.
Okay. Trevor Plouffe, live reaction.
What are you looking at? Schwindel's stats?
Wisdom doing it.
Just got hurt.
Schwindel is not doing it.
He got sent down.
Yeah.
Oh, he got sent down.
Yeah.
Frank. Okay. A little bit half and half.
Frankly, that was a sad segment. Okay. So that's the update on the Central. And then the last series that is the Mets. Or no, the Braves and the Brewers. And the Mets and the Phillies.
Excellent series between two great teams, the Braves and the Brewers. Acuna showing why he is Ronald. Do I have him as my standout? I don't really remember.
Fake teaser.
Excellent homer off of Burns. The previous at bat, I talked about this on Baseball Today. Burns threw him a nasty slider, got in the chase, down and away, check swing. Like I think Pitching Ninja calls that a sword. Next at bat, 7th inning, Burns tried to go back, fed him one too many. This one was leaked over the plate, and Acuna just went bye-bye. Big time homer against a big time pitcher. His only earned run of the night. So,
bam.
That's a fun series right there, man. Aesthetically pleasing too. Braves versus Brewers, nice unis, and then they even wore the throwbacks as well, which was cool.
Crisp.
Jim, you kind of said it. Like the Braves needed a series win. Brewers kind of didn't.
No, it's
They're off
fine.
to a good start.
And Ashby gets tested now. I'm interested to see how he bounces back.
The Brewers are remember when people were fucking, Brewers are done, bro. 0-3 to start the year. Dude,
remember 5 minutes ago when people were like, the Cubs are dead, dude, and they were winning the division?
Yeah.
Go Brew Crew.
Mets are alive and well. Good vibes. I think they got a pretty rough start from our dude Taiwan. Nola and Gibby pitched well for.
Is this hold on? This
Phillies?
is the same series that they came back in the ninth. What the?
Yeah.
Well, I think it was Thursday.
It was a Thursday.
That was on
night
Friday,
game.
or
yeah.
So we couldn't really talk about it on Friday.
Yeah, but it was part of this series.
Okay.
Yeah. They scored 7 in the ninth to take the lead. I did the breakdown of it. It just came out today. I made it a while ago, but it just came out today. And it's funny. Baseball's a game of breaks. I'm not taking the Mets down at all because they hit really well. They use their pinch runner. It
Put
was
yourself
really
in position
but
to succeed.
Canna hits the double play ball, like the perfect double play ball for the Phillies, which would have ended the game. But it hit Knievel's legs. Like if it just misses his leg, which is a tiny thing in the grand scheme of things, it's an inning-ending double play ball, and the Mets take advantage after that. But God, what a heartbreaking sport baseball can be.
And that's Mets continue to the roll. Phillies, hey, again, like we're 1 month point of the season, 12-16. You flip that with a 16-12, we start talking, but it's not panic time. Like the Phillies, they believe they still have a lot of top-end talent, but, you got to start winning some series. Like we're a month in. Don't you put up another month like that, and we're trading guys away. We don't want to do that.
Chris Bassett, just huge balls on that guy. Gotta love watching him pitch.
I do.
I mean, that's one of the better moves of the offseason right there. Like solidifying, like going and getting that starting pitching depth for the Mets. They knew they were going to have the top two guys. They bring in Cookie, they bring in Bassett, and
they made a lot of moves, man. Marte, Canna,
they made a lot of moves.
The
Bassett one is, I think right now it's their best move.
Only risk was being Metsy. They don't have DeGrom. Scherzer and Buck changed the culture. They added Starling Marte, Canna, Bassett.
Eddie Escobar,
Max Scherzer.
Yeah, they're good.
They're the tops right now.
Holy smokes.
And Trev, I know although the initial sale of newly released 2022 Top Series 1 Baseball NFT collection is over, There's still a chance to get your own piece of the 2022 MLB season. The Topps NFTs marketplace provides the opportunity to buy unopened Series 1 NFT packs as well as individual NFTs of your favorite player and teams from across the league. Able to snag packs? You can also sell your NFTs right from your collection directly on the Topps NFTs marketplace. Why don't you visit ToppsNFTs.com for more info? They're the tops. Trev, you've been known to crack some wax. Have you cracked some internet wax yet?
I have on the Topps Bunt app, which is different than this. I have not gotten into the Topps NFT yet, but I will. I do own a few NFTs.
Whoops. Oopsie. Go to ToppsNFTs.com for more info. You want to talk about the Little Brother League? Trev, show me your feet. White Sox versus the Red Sox in the Commonwealth. Which team is going to get themselves on the right track? Oh boy, Red Sox fans. It might be a long summer if something doesn't change soon. Good fortitude by the White Sox as they win the first game 4-2. The second game, Matty Barnes. Oh no, blown save in 4 of his last 6 games. That's bad. That's really bad. White Sox, they sweep. Holy smokes. White Sox, their season back on track. Game over 500, while the Boston Red Sox, oh my, oh hell yeah. No party dresses right now. Guardians, they take 3 out of 4 from the Toronto Blue Jays. How about that? Our barometer team has bucked it. They were listening to the last episode, and they take down the Jays 3 out of 4, including a couple one-run games as the bread of the series. Guardians hit 289 throughout the series. Some extra base hits, and their bullpen was locked down throughout, and that's enough to get it down. Gossman, Jim, insult to injury for the Jays. He gave up his first walk. You hate to see it.
Bullshit call, probably.
Good for the Guardians. Guess what? They're at 500. Does that make sense? Yankees, Rangers, they're finishing up Game 3 right now. Joe's McFly's in the lounge watching the game, has his fins up, flopping all over the place. Yankees win the first game 2-1. Garrett Cole, good performance by him. Dane Dunning matched him, though. Which hand does he throw with? Doesn't matter. Gleyber Torres with the walk-off home run. The Little League ballpark, Chris Woodward. Getting in Colin McHugh territory for me. Rangers come back, they win the second game, and talk about getting your feelings torn apart. Trev, Backyard Brad with the big home run, helping lead the Rangers to their fortitude 4-2 victory. Mariners, you got Rays. The Rays torture the Mariners for 4 games. Mariners lucky to snake away the last one. They fight back in George Kirby's debut. Big pitching prospect for them. And they had to fight back and win that one. A big home run by Kelnick. That was the second game, the Apple TV game. Oh my God, we're going nuts. Apple TV, look at these cameras. Seattle's going nuts. They came back. We did it. The Rays came back, top 9, and said, We're the Rays. This is what we do. We torture you. Rays take 3 out of 4 from Seattle. Seattle, we got to start winning some series. Hopefully their last win sparks them. Brandon Lau, he's getting it going again. Jim, you're going to like this. Your Houston Astros sweep the Tigers in 4 games. Detroit, don't look at your record. Houston, they win the first 3 games, 3-2, 3-2, 3-2. We like that. Life imitates art sometimes. And by the way, the Astros, they're starting to get back to where you expect them to be in the standings. They're winning a lot of ball games. It helps when your starting pitchers have a 1.13 ERA and your relief pitchers have a 1.5 ERA. Did he say pitchers? That was weird. Jeremy Pena. Attaboy. Who's that? Twins. Trev, you're going to like this. Twin sweep. Minnesota officially off to a good start on the season. They win 3 one-run games. That's a good formula. Man, they are pitching enough. And if you don't know, I think it's Johan Duran.
Johan.
He is nasty, pumping 103 on the gun for Minnesota. Love that for them. Boy, the Twinkies are becoming a part of the 2022 season. Speaking of not being a part of the 22 season, the Royals and Orioles split a series doubleheader so far. Some rain in the Northeast. Game 3 is happening today. Royals won 6-4. Orioles won 4-2. Bing, bang, bong. Best timed series recap so far. I'll clap. You're welcome.
As for the standings in the American League, the Yankees are in first place in the East, 19-8. The Twins are in first place in the Central, 18-11. And the Central now has 3 teams 500 or above. Hey. Here. We exist. The Angels are winning the West, 19-11. 1911, that was the year my great-grandmother, Elizabeth Madigan, was born. Yeah. My Nana. Loved her.
She didn't like you that much. That's what
I was like one of her favorite. I was one of her favorite.
She didn't like the Titanic. That's why she sang.
Tall tales being told.
I was one of her favorite. I didn't even go to the beach during the day, dude. Would watch Yankee games with her. Like 10 years old.
I watched tennis with my grandma, so.
Yeah, she hated it.
She was familiar with me, but we kind of knew our boundaries.
Your great-grandmother?
Your grandma. She didn't want me to get too close, but there was she'd seen me at a lot of events.
Yeah.
I can see you being like, is like Jake gonna be a bad influence on Jimmy? Like,
my dad
stay around.
My dad once wheeled her into an empty exhibit at the zoo, and then started yelling, "Elderly exhibit over here," and she did not like that joke at all.
Okay.
Trev, you said right before we hopped on the Red Sox are dead and they should trade all their guys now. Am I remembering that right?
You followed it up with, I probably won't say that on the show, though.
I think I said I was going to use the Tale of Two Sox. It's a play on words for the Tale of Two Cities.
That reminds me of a long road trip I took once.
I think I know what you're talking about.
Masturbating into socks.
Yeah. It's a family show. It's a family show. Red Sox. What is you doing, baby? What's your offense doing, baby? You know, we talked about this a little bit earlier today on Baseball Today. You got 4 guys in that lineup that are supposed to be giving you the offense. Now, 3 of them are producing. You got Devers, you got Bogarts, and you got Martinez. But that's it. Nobody else is helping. Story's supposed to be that 4th guy. He's not. It just hasn't happened for him. He's striking out a ton. He's got to get it going. But also the supplemental pieces just have not been there whatsoever. Bobby Dahlbeck. Say it, Jake.
Bobby Dahlbeck.
But like in a disappointed way.
Oh, Bobby.
Yeah, it's been pretty bad. So they got to figure that out. And before the show, we did talk. I said, look, when I do research on this, talking about the Red Sox, like all the beat writers are saying, man, the bullpen's been tough. But you look at the stats. The stats are good. There's been some blown saves. So really, the surprise part of this Red Sox team has been the starting pitching staff. And that was like we thought was going to be their demise. So baseball be baseball, and Red Sox not baseballing very well right now. And I don't know, man. It's a tough division to make up games in. I'll tell you that much right now. You can't be getting swept at home. You cannot be getting swept at home. I know it's the White Sox. I know they're a good team, but dude, this is a hole being dug, and they're kind of like, eye level here. They can kind of see above it still, but like pretty soon, it's a big hole.
It is a bad. I mean, it's kind of like saying, our goal today is to score more runs than the other team. But for the flip side of the East, the Yankee side of things is like last year they had a 13-game win streak and they had a 12. And some of the Yankees conversations I was in or reading were people saying, which one was better, which one was more fun. And it was like, well, just doing it at the start of the year is more fun because it's so much better to get up. Because when they were doing that last year, they were climbing out, and they still never climbed out.
Really got out.
So, that's kind of like water's wet, but not a good time to be digging holes or in a great time to
9
be
blown
building mountains.
saves.
Yeah, it's
9 blown saves. They've only played 19 games.
Yeah.
It's frustrating.
Say you have all those saves. There are teams that start out, 20 out of 20 in save opportunities, 9 more wins. We're talking about a completely different thing, even with the offense struggling. So, holy crap.
Even the more realistic way to do that is you cut it down in half. Like, the Red Sox would be 500, and we'd just give you a speech about how, they're not kind of clicking and blah, blah, blah. We lived through, BBD and I were going through this morning. The 2017 Yankees, they had 2 good months, and the rest was 500 baseball, and they were a 91-win team. So, that's where you can start looking at this after 1 month of play, and you look at a team like my Halos or something like that where, hey, you got 1 good month in the book. If you can play 500 or even a little above 500, you're on your way to being a 90-win baseball team. Red Sox have to turn the ship around, and White Sox, hopefully, they're hoping they did. They're 14-13. We talked about them being in a malaise. They're now second in the Central, coming off a sweep on the road. Maybe that sparks them.
Sparked?
Hopefully.
Your
All right.
Guardians, Jim, your barometer, it broke.
It did?
Yeah.
Why?
They beat the Jays 3 out of 4.
Well, maybe the Jays aren't good.
Hope.
Who knows? No, the Jays are pretty good. Okay. What happened here? I guess I didn't see a lot of this. What happened?
Gossman issued a walk, and the team fell apart. Actually, that's the game they won. They won the Gossman game.
Yeah, they won that game. I
was it their pitching or their hitting? Because their hitting hasn't been great, and their hitting's been all right, but their runners and scoring position they've been like the worst in the league.
It was kind of both ways. Guardians hit. Guardians starting pitchers didn't do much, but their bullpen was lights out. Guardians hit /289, 352.
Wow.
430 would finish the slash, Jake.
Bieber with a horrible start.
Yeah. But
Bieber-Gossman, that's a good matchup. Didn't live up, huh?
Bet of the day, right? Bang.
Hell yeah.
And we got some friends of the pod coming up in that last game. Owen Miller with the game-tying homer. Then our guy Oscar, the go-ahead RBI single in the 8th. So the Guardians are fun. I mean, they've always kind of been one of those teams. They're fun. They pitch. And they're getting timely hitting. I think, where are they at in the overall standings of hitting? I had it up. I changed my page here. Let me see.
Your Guardians?
They were hot, but they obviously took a little bit of a
They're still hitting. I mean, they're second in batting average, 4th in OPS. Like they're still doing it.
Yep, that's 4th in OPS plus as well. It's a recipe right there.
Jim, your
But
Yanks,
do you give the Guardians a chance at all to make the playoffs?
they're 500. That's exactly where they want to be.
I don't know if they want to be there, but they will be there.
Fangraphs has them at 18.2% to make the playoffs. I don't know, man. I can't get a read on them. They're one of those teams where, well, what are you supposed to do with them? Chris Rose will defend him to the day he dies.
Love that for him.
Me too.
It's good. You don't get people don't get mad at you and call you like a homer if you're defending a team that isn't called the Yankees. So
they're
nice.
Young.
Dodgers
so this is
probably
good.
Dodgers. If we talked about anyway. You want to talk about the Yankees? I don't want to talk about the Yankees. They split a doubleheader. It's like the most nothing result in the world.
Yeah, it's the story of baseball they're playing right now. If they win today, all Yankee fans will be good. They'll have won the series, and they split a split-day doubleheader. If they lose today, we're going to question a lot of stuff about individuals on the roster. So I hope they win today.
Trev, the Yankees and the Rangers, due to the rain makeouts, are playing 3 games within 24 hours, basically. Have you ever had to do that? Is that tiring? Is that as crazy as it seems? I mean, it's pretty hard on the bullpen to get the extra guy, but both teams actually got decent enough outings. Like no one yesterday in the doubleheaders had to do crazy bullpen stuff. It's a lot of baseball, though.
Yeah, I mean, you're going to get guys that are going to throw both games during the day, which is I always think is really cool. If anything, it affects the following series the most. You can get through these 24 hours, and then you start to get sore. So they're going to have to be careful of what they do. We know they love the rest players. I don't know how they're going to do it.
Yeah, the Rangers, I don't know what their schedule is, but the Yankees have 23 games in 22 days. starting yesterday. The Rangers, Dane Dunning had a no-hitter. A lot of hard-hit balls. The Rangers infield booted a lot of balls.
The Rangers defense.
But this is kind of like maybe the Yankees hit a lot of hard. I'd like a statistician to let me know why it feels as Yankee fans like we are getting a gift every 3 innings. The Royals played absolutely terrible defense against the Yankees. The Blue Jays played terrible defense, gave up a game because of their infield defense, and the Rangers played terrible infield defense. Are they because the Yankees hit hard balls on the ground more than other teams? I just like to know if that eye test is something, because 3 teams in a row now where I've just been wildly like, what the hell? Why are we getting so many reaching on errors so many times?
I saw the backyard Brad air. I know he's been playing a lot of third base, but I don't think he's particularly ready to be like a elite defensive third baseman. The Blue Jays defense is always an enigma to me. Sometimes I see them, they look great. The first series they looked amazing, and then they've looked like crap a lot.
When they make the nice plays, it just looks so nice.
Could be just circumstantial. I don't know. But yeah, I mean, dude, if you're in the infield and you do have a team that hits the ball hard on the ground, yeah, sure, you're going to cause more errors. No doubt about it.
James, the Mariners got raised. That's something you could speak on.
Yankees haven't played the Rays yet, so I haven't seen them. I missed Joey Wendell. I know it's not the Rays talk, but that clip of him is awesome.
Yeah.
And yeah, didn't the Mariners get raised earlier in like 2 weeks ago as well? It just happens. Mariners lose another series. Is that 4 series in a row for them? That's I would have liked them to hang around longer as like a fun team. What's their record now, the Mariners?
They're a team
13-16. I really wanted them to really like push the West. Oh, they still can. Yeah. They're not like dead enough or down enough, but they got to start winning series.
I think there's a very big difference between a 13-16 month for the Mariners. You're a sweep away from being back to 500 and okay, let's turn the gas on. Then say, whether it's the Red Sox or the Cubs, like, you're looking at, you need to win 9 games to get back to 500. Like those are different lands. So the Mariners call up another young dude, George Kirby, to pitch. He goes 6 shutty. How's your debut? And yeah, they need a couple more things to start clicking. And yeah, make the AL West just a blast this year, Mariners. Get it going.
I think that's where, the optimism will lie with Mariners fans, is that division's not great. The Astros obviously been playing a lot better as of late. A lot of Mariners Twitter and Angels Twitter talking about that. Hey, we're winning ball games, but the freaking Astros keep winning too. So they're not really separating themselves. If I had to give you guys the Guardians and the Mariners and their odds to make the playoffs, similar? What do you think?
Well, the only big factors, I think the Mariners will try, if they're close enough, will try to better their team at the deadline, and I think the Guardians won't. So that might make up for any difference that they have there. Just like I think the Mariners will be more fill gaps and holes, and the Guardians will be like, yeah, we'll let it play and see what happens. So I would go Mariners slightly, I guess.
Favorite pastime right there. Guardians, 18.2% chance according to Fangraphs. Mariners, 18.6% chance. It's according to Fangraphs, where they do like 1,000 BBD stimulations, and they come up with that number. But it's always interesting to see. That number means nothing, people, but I like to reference it sometimes. It kind of shows where you're at during the year. Mariners, I think, still have a lot of good baseball in front of them. They have a lot of good baseball. They're going to have to make a decision on Kelnick pretty soon. See what's going on with that, but I still like this team. I do. JP Crawford.
JP.
And they could have won. They could have won more games in the series. I mean, the Rays are the Rays.
They got raised. I've seen this script. By the way, look where the Rays are in the standing, 18-11. They're going. They just win, man. They just win. Speaking of just winning, Trev's Astros, 4-game sweep over BBD's Tigers. I mean, they're pretty much DED dead.
You can say it, Jake, if you want. You're about to.
You have a nice What was I going to say?
Tigers, what is you doing, baby? What
Yeah.
the fuck?
Yeah. They're
What's
done.
going on there? They can't hit.
It's cold. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Just cold.
Yeah, they're 29th in OPS, 23rd in starting pitcher ERA. Bad combo.
Can't pitch.
You're
Too many
not
belt
hitting.
loops. I don't know, man. It is difficult. We had high hopes. You know, a lot of the high hopes were like people taking the next steps and young guys coming up, fulfilling these holes in the roster. You know, we bring in Javi Baez. I understand all that. But sometimes the stew don't turn out the way you want it to turn out. And you got to just kind of start over. I don't think they have to start over, but this year just might not be their year.
They tried.
Maybe you got to leave it on the stove a little longer. Is what I'm trying to say.
Astros won those 4 games. Their pitching has been pitching well. Top 5 ERA team, and their hitting hasn't even like fully clicked yet. They're 27th in average, 18th in OPS. Houston's gonna Houston.
Yeah, they're good.
Jeremy Pena is really good. Instead of paying Correa 9 figures, why don't we just call up this kid, have him play for the minimum, and be better than him
I
so
love
far?
it and dislike it at the same time, just because
Right.
it's like the program is so incentivized. That's what the lockout was about, for that very reason. And then like it works out. It's good for business, good for the Astros, good for Jeremy Pena, good for Astros fans. Bummer for like future free agents. Just pointing like, oh, well, this guy costs $500,000 and he's going to give us the same results. Not good, Trev.
It's like one example. Like,
yeah, but this is like,
you can point to a million examples all throughout the league being like, oh, this guy was supposed to be good, and look how shitty he is.
I can point to a million examples where they try to do this because they'd rather risk it than
Right.
Yeah.
That's,
The Mets
that
are very-
lies
I
in
think-
the problem.
I think the Mets are a very classic example. And really, you just go about all the top teams in the league. They all have established fucking veterans riddled throughout their lineups, okay? Like, none of the young teams are going to be, like, the youngest teams are going to be at the top. Just how it is. Sorry.
Sorry about it. All right, let's
And
move
one
on
other
to
thing
the
I wanted to say. Hold on.
Yeah?
One other thing I wanted to say. What was I thinking about? We didn't even talk about the Twins at all, did we?
Twins deserve some love. 14.2 shutout innings from the bullpen. Holy smokes, Twinkies. And they starting pitching did well, too. They were playing the Athletics, but the fact that the Twins are at a point this season where they're sweeping the Athletics and we're like, we almost expect this from you, Twins?
At some point, Maeda's going to come back. They bring up Royce Lewis. Don't have to put Correa on the IL, but still brought up Royce, which is interesting. Does that mean they're going to keep him the rest of the year? I don't see how they can do that, where they're going to play him, but there's a possibility there. Buxton, little scare there with the hip. He's going to be okay. That's what I've been hearing. Very mild strain. They got to stay healthy. Like those two guys, like Correa and Buxton, like these are little tiny things right now. Like let's just hope they stay little tiny things and we can have these guys on the field because it is fun. We don't want this to be a one team race in the Central. Like we want the Twins to be there. I hope the Guardians can stay too. I just talked shit about the young teams. They're the youngest team in the league. Hopefully they can stick around too. I don't know.
fall out, trade guys.
Eat bugs. I need to hear about this interleague series.
Oh, it was a big one.
Here we go.
And my people, let me tell you what happened in the interleague series this weekend. It was the Nationals. Juan Soto came down to Newport Beach. He wanted to surf the waves, brah. The Angels said, no, thanks. We're going to take 2 of 3, and you're not going to hit the ball at all. I think he went like 2 for 13 in the series. So Juan Soto got angeled, baby. 3-0 Angels, 7-3 Nationals in Game 2 before the Angels walked off the rubber match 5-4. There was some good baseball being played here. Trout had the 2-run double in Game 1. That's all the offense the Angels needed. They took it down. The Nationals won Game 2 behind some homers by guys Bell, Hernandez, and Cruz. That's kind of what they got to do if they want to win some games. Josiah Gray pitched in that second game, former Dodger farmhand, 5 1/3, 3 earned runs for them at the start. And then that third game was really, really good. Angels down to their last out. Shohei with the double to tie it up. Then he races around on a Rendon single to win it. Our Talkin' Baseball account got hammered because we said Shohei is showing emotion like never before, and Angels fans are not happy with that for some reason because they're never happy. Angels fans, why aren't you happy? You should be happy. You took this series 2 games out of 3. And guess what? Chris Rose and I will be there on Wednesday, so come see us. And that, my friends, will happen in the interleague matchups.
How about that? Hey.
1 series? Wow, go me, go me, go me. And it was the Angels who I like to watch, and I'm pretty in tune with Angels Twitter right now. I got 2 guys who I really follow on there, and they're very knowledgeable.
Me and who else?
It's my boy Nate Steele and my boy Soto.
Okay.
Shout out.
Damn.
Shout out Nate.
They got a fun team going down there in Anaheim, though. They really do.
If you haven't
pitching.
If you haven't seen the highlight of Shohei scoring the game-winning run and Nevin behind him and Shohei gets a big fist bump, it's awesome. I'm telling the people, Trev. I know you saw.
Oh yeah. People were not happy with that tweet. He's always played with the motion, bro. It's like, yeah, but it's different. When your team's winning and good.
Don't give them any. Don't.
No, I mocked them. That's my mocking.
No,
voice.
but it's like there's just a contingent of Angels fans that just follow our accounts just to quote tweet them and be mad, and they shouldn't get.
Do they? Let me know who they are because I am like part of Angels Twitter. I'll shut this down.
It's a lot of them, and they reached out for jobs and stuff, and it's like, no, you guys are jerks. So let's not talk about them.
I got it, guys.
Go Angels, go.
Yeah. Gag.
They're fun.
Gag.
They
are fun. They should have like you wanted them to be this in 2020, like since Ohtani came over and Trout and Rendon was there, and they kind of were in splashes, but it was really the Ohtani show with Trout getting hurt. Now it's like, especially with Ward, and the fact that they're stealing. Nevin is. I mean, that was when Nevin got the job with the Angels because we know Nevin from his Yankee time. I texted him. I was like, hey, you had 0 top 100 sprint speed guys last year on the Yankees. You have 7 now. And he was like, I am very excited. Just going to be like, go home. Go home.
Keep running.
Keep running. That guy's got a good arm. Don't care. Go home.
If they went 500 the rest of the way, the Angels would be an 85-win team. You play just a little over your head, and you know, that first month puts you in a great position. Good job, Halos.
Now, we talk about supplemental pieces showing up for teams, but Boston Red Sox have not had that whatsoever. The Angels have right now, currently, they have 7 dudes with an OPS plus over 100, and they got Joe Adell, who's in the minor leagues rehabbing. He left with a 97 OPS plus, and Stassi, the catcher, 91 OPS plus. They could join the Dodgers.
Wow. The LA OPS pluses.
Okay.
But they're getting those supplemental pieces. Tyler Wade's doing it. Taylor Ward obviously is like has better numbers than Mike Trout. I mean, if you get guys like that putting up offensive numbers like this, I mean, this is that's how they're in first place. I don't care what the pitchers have been doing, bro.
They've been doing all right.
I care about that. I do. I care about everyone.
A man who cares.
Who's getting awards?
Go to the second half of the show. We got standout performances to give out. We got Slump Watch and Fuego, awards, and elevator talk. So I will play our soundbite that I always play to pivot us to the show.
Me, I'm coolin', man.
Okay. Standout performances. I get to go first?
Yeah, sure do.
Oh, I'm taking our dude Pablo. He got a pedal recently. And then I was a little, I was like, do you not want the pedal, Pablo? Like, are you neglecting us? Are you kind of spitting in our face? Because he went out and had his worst start of his season after receiving JM.
I think he was
pedal.
in purgatory when that happened. I think it was pre-episode he started.
Maybe.
So he was nervous about the pedal.
But now he goes his best start of the season against the Padres, a winning team. So it was, who won 3 other games this series. He goes 8 innings pitched, 0 earned runs, 97 pitches. So good for Pilo, one of the fishes that had arms this weekend down in San Diego. Way to go, Pablo Lopez. Proud of you. That's my standout performer, Pablo Lopez.
He is fun to watch pitch, too. Some of his balls do some things you're like, why is the ball doing that? Shouldn't happen like that. So go Pablo.
Jake?
It's a good pick, Jimmy.
Thanks. I
Really
appreciate
nice
it.
outing.
If Booney keeps yelling at the ump today, he's going to get ejected again, and then our day's going to get ruined. So I'm going to have to make another breakdown. That's going to be funny. So,
Booney.
calm down, Boone.
Don't. That's a great one. I was looking at the standouts. I saw a couple guys I liked. I actually had Brandon Lau highlighted, and then I said, oh, no.
Oh, no.
I asked you guys for permission on something, and it was granted, and I thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Jimmy, I'm taking Merrill Kelly, 8.2 innings pitched, 1 earned run, 8 Ks, 7 hits, 1 outing. That I think his start would be the best in your J score because he went 8.2, so he gets those late innings. I'll let you start crunching the numbers over there.
I think the guy rigged it up so I can always check on it.
But then, Jim, Zach Gallen, our guy, we're close friends with his family. We saw his dad and brother so briefly in Philadelphia. 7-inning shutout, 7 Ks. Okay. And then Zach Davies slinging 80-mile-per-hour fastballs with a Bugs Bunny changeup. He goes 6.1, 0 earned run, 6 Ks. The 3-headed snake majesty this weekend that, again, would have led them to a sweep if not for Mark Melanson's hate for me. Pure, unadulterated hate. Snakes with arms, man. 3 monster starts. Take that, Kelsey's Rocks.
Who is approaching Colin McHugh territory?
Chris Woodward.
Oh, yeah. That would not be like a fun dinner to go to. I would not enjoy that.
Us and Woody?
And Colin McHugh.
Oh, okay, yeah.
It's kind of nightmare fuel for anybody.
I'd have some fun.
I would not.
Woodward.
Is it my turn?
Woodward.
Yeah.
I am going with a guy, and I told you, Uncle Raj. You guys know my Uncle Raj, stud ball player. Had a dog named Mookie growing up. So when Mookie Betts got into the league,
You were like, that's my
I always
dog.
paid attention to him. And then people were starting to tell me this guy is really good, like could be like one of the better players in baseball. I was like, nah, man, come on. And then he got on the field and he started to play, and he's been one of the better players in baseball since he's arrived. He goes 2 for 5 with a homer, a double, and 5 RBIs. RBI. He's been hitting lately, guys. He's got it back after a slow start. Last 15 games, he's hitting 13 of them. The Dodgers have won 11 of those games. A bunch of crooked numbers in the hit column as well. Got his OPS back over 800. We know we love that mark. The 800 mark is where you start to see, okay, that's a guy when you got the 8 in front there. So shout out Mookie. Like the Dodgers freaking needed it, but he's getting it going, and it's coinciding with some winning. I think the Dodgers won 6 in a row, 7 in a row. But once he's back and like doing his thing, like we always know he can and always does, it just adds fuel to the fire. I don't know, man. I have a hard time seeing anybody win in the World Series other than the Dodgers, besides the fact that I picked the Brewers to do it.
You ever added fuel to a fire? Like just standing over a fire and just like spray some fuel on there? It's wild.
I have.
Feel powerful when you do it. Jake's pretty good fire pit king, just to let you know. And then he tapers out and becomes a bad fire pit king after a little bit. Because he never stops putting stuff in the fire pit.
I am a fire king.
Yeah.
Well, it's always about the oxygen flow. You have to have the oxygen flow.
Yep.
Yeah.
I get in there. I get
He's
my
great.
face in there.
But when it's like you can relax now, it's just not like now the mattress is in.
Oh yeah, don't do that.
Mattress.
You get the
hasn't
coals
happened in
all
a long
hot.
time.
Like there's so many things.
We
you
did the
gotta do,
mattress
man.
once.
Mattress. hasn't
Fire
happened
department
in
came.
a long time.
Were you at that time?
I remember, Trev, that's funny. You were following him because your uncle had the dog named Mookie. I remember I was talking to Rod, who was talking to Poppy, and he saw this kid playing on the backfields. And he was like, Poppy said his name is Mookie Betts. And then Rod just turned to him and he was like, but Poppy, can he play baseball? And Poppy turns back to Rod and he goes, can he play baseball? Nuts.
Baseball.
Do you have that full soundbite? Damn. So good.
Mookie, baby.
Good pick, Trev.
I said, can he play baseball? I said, can he play baseball?
Marcus.
Oh.
Okay.
So
With a K. With a K.
Yeah.
That's Mookie's name, yeah.
His name is Mookie Betts. I said, Poppy, can he play baseball? He said, man, can he play baseball? His name is...
I've edited a lot of videos in my day.
Yeah.
It's probably my best edited video ever.
It's an all-timer.
It's so
I had
funny, dude.
I had a teacher back in the day.
Yeah, okay.
You used to say, can I go to the bathroom? I don't know. Can you?
Yeah. Piss your pants right there. Yeah, you can.
Like, I think about that all the time. So I guess he's a really good teacher.
Wow.
May I use the restroom?
Mother may I. All right. Trav, see I'll run through it real quick for everyone. Are you ready? We got a couple claps to give out. Our dude Salvi Perez was on Slump Watch. We said, Salvi, that's not you. He goes 4 for 9 with a double. He's off. See you later, Salvador. All right, and then
I think there's one more.
yeah,
there's
one
more off. It's a 500 slug.
Francisco Lindor, 3 for 14, a homer, double, 3 RBIs. He's off. Mets are winning. Good vibes.
2 claps.
2 claps. Then we have Gio Urshela on there. He goes 1 for 7. It is a double. He does have an RBI. He only strikes out once, but he's not off.
It's not off.
Trent Grisham, 1 for 13. It was a triple. Also 2 walks. You wish, the 2 walks are nice. Just get another hit. Would have helped. Avisail Garcia, he goes 2 for 11 with the walk. So they're on for now unless we want to put other people on.
I'm okay with that.
Jock Peterson coming back from the IL, right?
He was banged up. I don't know if he officially went on the IL.
Yeah, because it's kind of quick. But he's still, I'm not going to put him on Slump Watch because he's banged up.
Okay.
Yeah. He goes 0 for 13. No.
Okay.
Not
That's fair.
They were, no.
Yeah.
Eddie Escobar.
He's my streaky king. Like, I can guarantee he's off Slump Watch next week, but he almost doesn't need it.
You don't think so?
Like, he's going to get off. Like, I can almost lock that in.
I really, okay. So we're not putting him on. Fine. He doesn't need our help.
He doesn't need it.
Lourdes Gurriel Jr., he goes 0 for 13 with 2 walks and 5 Ks.
Oh, no.
Austin Riley, 0 for 11, 2 walks, 5 Ks. And the Braves won the series, and Riley didn't hit. Like, he's automatic on for me. I need Riley back.
The only part that gets tricky here is we have the Gurriel boys. Lourdes and Yuli.
They're both on?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So that's where, I
think we got to choose a brother.
Really?
Yeah. I'm partial to Yuli.
In which way?
I think he's 9 years older, and I'm 10 years older than my brother. Okay. So it's like I'm rooting for him. He's already got little brother just better than him all the time. And like he should get more credit for teaching him all the stuff that he knows, but he doesn't. So I'm partial to Yuli.
So Yuli's going on Slump Watch.
Yep.
Okay.
And Lourdes, you're out.
Done.
Good luck to everybody.
Dirt Nasty's on Fuego. That means I'm on fire, baby. Like Waco.
In Fuego, are you ready?
I'm ready.
And then Beavers, I don't have Kelsey's soundbite yet, so be ready for that one.
You ready?
Manny Margot stands tall at 5'11", maybe. Goes 5 for 11 on the series with 3 homers. Way to go, Manny.
He was I got flashbacks to Coach Ball game on the World Series couch. Manny Margot, when he's fire, it is fire, man.
Ronald Acuna Jr., he also goes 5 for 11 with 2 homers and a double. So he's on Fuego. And Braves fans win. So, vibes have to be really changing. Let me know, Ashland. Fran Reyes, 9 for 14. That's the most hits over the weekend. 643 batting average with a homer and a double. Manny Machado, 7 for 13, 2 bombs. Pete Alonso, 2 bombs, same game. Also had double down the line in the comeback game. He goes 7 for 13, or 5 for 12, sorry. Jose Altuve, he goes 7 for 14 with 2 homers. And Jean Segura, 7 for 10 with a homer. And Fuego.
Mean Gene, the hit machine.
I should let you know that Manny went 7 for 13 with 2 homers. Also 3 walks on the weekend.
He would be your NL MVP as of today.
He's good. Which brings us to our
we
next.
need more Manny Machado. We need more Manny Machado, like interviews and stuff like that. Like he's feeling it so much. I want to get like peek inside of his brain right now. Let's dissect this motherfucker.
Do it.
Literally.
Oh my goodness. God. Yes, has to stop with the close-ups on Gallo. They just did like a bizarre one. Awards. I have 3 awards that I'm giving out. I'll be quick. The first is the Of Age Award. So it goes to Taylor Ward, who is now of age. He officially has the qualified at-bats or plate appearances you need to be considered a leader in a category. And since he has that and he's qualified now, his baseball reference is riddled in bold because he is now qualified. He leads the league in walks, batting average, on-base percentage, slugging, OPS, and OPS plus. He is your Triple Crown winner right now. And insane. So congrats to him. Now the pressure's on. Now you got to keep it. It counts. You go to real jail now. I am giving the Give Him Away award to Tyler Stevenson. He's a catcher for the Reds who is really good, and catchers around the league stink at hitting, and he is really good at hitting, and the Reds have him, and it's a waste, and I think they should just give him away to a team that can use him. Yeah, for nothing.
Isn't he like a rookie?
Yeah, he's got like 7 years.
He's
He's got like 7 years of control. He's in like his second year of ARB. Give him away. And not even in ARB. He's in team control. Just give him away. What do you need him for? You going to trade him later, just a salary dump Eugenio and get nothing in return?
Did I hear a Reds and dump?
Yeah. And then the Max Fried Award. He's the only lefty to beat the Dodgers. The Dodgers are 9-1 against lefties. They just faced 6 lefties in a row, went 6-0. So if you're looking to bet, you see the Dodgers facing a lefty, bet the Dodgers. But Max Fried stumped them. 7 innings pitched, 0 earned runs. Only lefty to beat the Dodgers.
It's too handsome.
So what's your award?
I gave out the Of Age Award, the Give Him Away Award, and the Max Fried Award.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Max is just too good looking to concentrate.
Yes. Jake, your award?
James, my award is the Declare for the draft. We see it in, the NBA or NFL. Guys declare for the draft. They sign with an agent. The point of no return. And we've talked a lot on this show. A future episode that's already become a fan favorite that I've referenced is when we draft organizational coaches. We talk so much about the San Francisco Giants coaching staff. We can't stop talking about them. There's just a lot of good coaching staffs around baseball. I just got a DM during this episode saying the Guardians hitting is linked to their hitting coach, and they've got a totally different approach. We love coaching, Trev. It's revolutionizing the game. In my desert, we play for rings in the desert. The Arizona Diamondbacks, as I highlighted 3 of their starting pitchers, they are second in starting pitching ERA after a month into this baseball season. Merrill Kelly has been nailed. Zach Gallen is just a stud, I think. Zach Davies is out here throwing changeups over the dish. Mad Bum's off to a nice start. Even Castellanos, our guy, gave us a good one the other day. You know who went over to the Snakes this offseason? He's a name that's been around in the baseball onomatopoeia, wrong word, for a while.
Lore? Lexicon?
Brent Strom. You probably remember him as the Houston Astros pitching coach. There was some sticky stuff linked, and that's okay. That's okay. There was some sticky stuff all over the league.
And your socks.
Yeah,
on
I was
that
going to
road
say,
trip.
brings us back to the road trip. But Uncle Brett basically went over the D-backs because he was like, I'm going to, retire. But he's like, I still like baseball a lot, so can I be your team's pitching coach? And the Snakes were like, yeah, dude.
His retirement job is just the same job somewhere else.
Same job, just in Arizona.
Yeah.
I love it. I mean, that's why I'm retiring to the D-backs front office one day. But Brent Strom, who gets credit for a lot of those Houston Astros pitching staffs, guess what? He's now in Arizona, and they're starting pitching, which is wasn't expected to be a top 2 starting pitching ERA after the first month of the season. They're shoving. So we love coaches. Shout out to Uncle Brent getting it done for the Snakes in the desert and those pitchers who are listening to him and dropping dick every week.
Ooh.
Speaking of dropping dick, you mentioned the Cleveland Guardians hitting coach.
Yep.
Do you know who it is?
It's not Pedro Estacio.
Do you remember
not
Mortal
Shelley
Kombat
Duncan.
Pat?
Who?
Mortal Kombat Pat Valleca?
Yeah.
His brother Chris, who was my friend, why I was sleeping over at his house
No.
watching Mortal Kombat. Chris Valleca.
No.
Or of the Reds and the Cubs fame, is now their hitting coach. So shout out Chris. We played travel ball together my entire adolescence. Good guy.
Reach out to him. Ask him what he's doing.
What are you doing?
What you doing?
I'll taste other dudes.
Oh.
Yeah, I will. All right, I got an award. I'm going a different way with this award. Usually we talk about the big leagues here, but the show is called Talkin' Baseball. And I actually feel like I have to talk about this a little bit.
Okay.
Your Snakes play for rings in the desert. My Snakes play for rings in the valley. I told you guys a lot of baseball going on for me. And as a coach, I'm in it with these kids. And I've heard that this division that we're in, when you're young like this, there's a lot of weird stuff going on. I saw a lot of coaches doing stuff I did not like. And I feel like I'm going to take a page out of Coach Ballgame's book here. Coaches, if you're coaching youth sports, the only job you have is to instill values into these kids, make sure they have fun, make sure they want to come back and play. Too many coaches I'm seeing, they know who they are. You listen to this show, guys, you know who you are. Yelling at the kids. These kids don't respond to yelling. They do not. They're just going to be terrified. They don't know how to play the game yet. So don't expect them to know how to play the game yet. Just encourage them. This goes to all coaches out there and parents and dads and moms who are teaching their kids. Encouragement is the only way when they're this young. That's the bottom freaking line. We had guys trying to get, like, it's coach pitch. They were trying to get their kids out on purpose so they could get to the next inning where you could score infinite runs. Like, it's a joke. And I can't sit here idly and not call it out. It's about the kids. It ain't about you. When your kids are this young, just make sure they're having fun. My goodness. Like, guys, I've been like so upset at certain points during the season watching these other coaches do it. And I have called them out. And in my last game, I had to tell the other coach, chill out, dude. Chill out. And I want to make sure that, because I know a lot of parents listen to this game, and a lot of other coaches listen to this game. Let's make it fun for the kids. Let's encourage them, because that's what it's all about, dude. It's a fucking game. It's a fucking game. And you are coaching Pinto at a youth field, bro. You're not Torey Lovello jumping the rail because you're athletic, going out and trying to get the umpire. You ain't that guy. You're a Pinto B coach, dude. Relax. And that's my award, the Relax Award.
Relax.
It's ridiculous, dude. I can't.
Every other week, have a no coaches practice. That's what I would say.
Okay.
If they're old enough for that.
Yeah.
Where you just, the coaches just sit in the dugout and you say, you guys make the game and make the substitutions and pick your own teams. It's because like Sandlot ball doesn't exist anymore. Like just going to a field and playing.
Yeah.
It didn't even exist when I was a kid. I mean, I played like wiffle ball and shit, and we would go like throw BP to each other. But I think little, like when you're 10, 11, watch them and they'll make like changes and be nice to each other and not be like this like competitive spirit. I think it's always cool. I love that. In hockey, they would do that too. No, it's a kid, no coach practice. You guys do whatever you want.
I have something off of that. So I told my kids, and I'll make this quick. Sorry. I told my kids, but hey, like I can't be the one out there saying, hey, pay attention, pay attention. I can only say that so many times where I lose my freaking mind. You know, these kids are 7 and 8 years old. They're not going to pay attention all the time. So I said, you know what, guys, you can hold yourselves accountable. You know, if you're paying attention, you see one of your teammates not paying attention, you could say, hey, come on, like be baseball ready. I was like, dude, that's genius. You're like, I don't have to say it anymore. Well, first inning comes around. Every single kid is looking at the other kid, telling them to pay attention. So I hear like, Ashton, pay attention. Teddy, pay attention. Meanwhile, none of them are paying attention to the game. They're all looking to see who isn't paying attention. So if you're a coach, don't do that because that backfired on me big time.
You know what gets me fired up?
Soup.
It's 3 hours before the game.
Mm-hmm.
Trev takes a shower. He's slicking back his hair to be intimidating Coach Trev. And he's like, if that other coach acts up today, I'm going to say something. And then he gets to the field. That other coach starts acting up, and Trev says, hey, baseball is fun. You know how I know? 8 years in the league, bitch.
I wish I was more vocal. I just I can't, because I know I'll get like real upset. But I did have to tell the guy last game to chill out. Yelling at his first baseman, like he didn't like have the right footwork around the base. I'm like, dude, he's 7 years old. His name is Duke. All he wants to do is just run around and play ball, bro.
Yeah.
Name is Duke. Jake could have been a Duke.
He was a stud. He was making plays too. So I went over to him. This really pissed the coach out. I said, hey, Duke, you're doing a great job, bro.
To the kid?
Yeah.
Oh, that's fucking fine words, Trev. Better not have been his son. You get knocked out.
It wasn't.
Okay.
No, I wouldn't get knocked out either.
Yeah.
Duke's figuring out the footwork at first. So is like Schwarber. Like,
His name's
okay.
Dukes, and he's never missed a game.
That's okay.
You guys want to hop on the elevator?
Best friend?
Best friend of the week is
Max.
Max Reed.
Really?
First repeat winner of the season. 7 innings, 1 run, 8 Ks, 4 hits, and a walk.
Him and Walker. Walker Buehler, man. Too easy. The game looks too easy for him.
Yeah. It does. I'm spinning the wheel. The wheel is spun. The Diamondbacks, they got a lot of awards. Should we still do them in the elevator?
I'm pretty familiar with the team.
Yeah, let's do it.
Talk about them.
All right, let's talk about them, Jake.
You just heard a lot about the
What's
pitching
up with
staff.
Seth Beer?
I think I'll have myself a beer here. Jim, I told you a lot about the pitching staff. Maybe I'll tell you what's going on the other side of the ball. And we're just having fun out there. Dalton Varsho, our short king, lies about his height, sure, but he hits the ball. He's got an 800, OPS over 800. Pavin the Smith paves the way on certain days for the offense. Cattell hasn't even really started going. Once he starts going, Nick Ahmed looking for more gold gloves at shortstop. And Alec Thomas, Trev mentioned at the top, young stud. That's probably where you go with your elevator talk. You're like, hey, you see they called up the kid?
They got 7 games against the Dodgers in the month of May, but the rest of them are teams that they've beaten already, can beat again. So I'm excited for them there.
Survive.
They be pitching. Then who's their hitting coach? Maybe needs a little Jake to go out there. Teach him the blitz ball swing, maybe, Jake. I don't know.
Lock that knee, don't step, and just put it in play.
And maybe let's talk about Zach Gallen's career a little more. 55 starts, a 3.22 ERA.
Yeah,
Not too many people can clap
wait till
back at
next
Jazz
week.
Chisholm either, and he did clap back at Jazz Chisholm. That's pretty good.
Jazz hit a home run this week. Jake sucks. No hat. Kevin's not wearing a hat today. His hair looks great.
Yeah, he says he's not normally a hat guy. He just hadn't found a haircut place in New York yet.